What's going on, everybody? Shortly, I will be having former world champion Javier Fortuna on. I will be asking him questions about Ryan Garcia, as well as his career, how he came up in boxing, how he chose boxing as a sport of choice. And it's going to be a real interesting one. This is probably one of my biggest, this is probably the biggest interview I've ever done. I've interviewed Carlos Adames, Hector Luis Garcia, Elvis Rodriguez, Michelle Rivera. But I want to say this is the biggest interview I have lined up. He has a fight up and coming with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is probably one of the biggest fighters in boxing. Probably, as definitely under 25, he's probably the most popular boxer. So I'm really excited for this interview. Hopefully, it goes the way I want it to. I have not sent him the link just yet. He wanted me to send it at 8, so we'll see if he'll join. L Dub Boxing, what's going on, my brother? Shout out to you. But yeah, I'm really excited for this interview. I'm hoping he's as enthusiastic as I am, and enjoys the interview as much as I know I will, because this is definitely one for the history books, especially if he gets the win, man. If he gets the win against Ryan Garcia, this interview is definitely going to be historic. It's definitely going to be legendary. Hold on. I just DM'd him the link. Let's see if he'll hop on early. But he did say he'll hop on at 8 o'clock, to be fair. So if he doesn't hop on right away, I perfectly understand. But yeah, no, I'm really excited. As you guys know, I usually give the chance for the people to call in and ask their question at the end of the interview. Considering it's so late, I'm not sure if he'll be willing, but I will ask him. And definitely, if he is willing, anybody who wants to call in, ask him a question about anything, not just the Ryan Garcia fight. I'll definitely allow you guys to do that. And you guys can enjoy the conversation and just as much as I will. But yeah, it's one that's hold on. I got Ari. I'm here, brother. Would love to hop on if possible. Yeah, nah, I'll let you hop on, man. Again, yeah. After the interview, as I do with all my interviews, I ask all the questions I want, or the follow up questions I want. Then at the end of the interview, I ask the person who I'm interviewing, is it okay if people call in and ask questions? Usually, I haven't gotten to know, but again, the only reason I'm like saying he might say no is because of the time. Although it was him who chose this time, to be fair. He told me he'll hop on at 8. I was like, oh, can you do it early in the afternoon? He was like, nah. To be fair, he's in training camp. So if that's why I told him, I was like, listen, I'll work around your schedule. Last thing I want is for you to not be doing something. That's why I wanted to do it early. I told him either the morning and the afternoon. He was like, can you do at night? I was like, sure. And he was like, 8 p.m. I was like, damn, I wasn't thinking that late. I mean, that's good enough for me. But again, I don't know what times is bedtime, since he probably has to wake up 5, 6 in the morning to go running in the morning. I don't know if he's going to try to cut it short, but I hope not. I hope, he gives me all the time possible to interview him and get my questions off, as well as let you guys call in and ask your questions. If Fortuna fight the same way he fought Joseph Diaz, he will lose by knockout. I mean, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to that. Training camp and not want to deal with any haters on you. Ain't no haters calling in on my channel. Honestly, that's one thing I no haters gonna call in, man. People gonna call in and ask a legit question, and that's it. Yeah, I'm not even throwing that energy out there. My channel is a serious channel, man. There's a lot of clown channels out there, and they attract clown energy. That's not what this channel's about. So I've never had somebody call in and ask a clown question. Everybody who's called in when I've had my guest on have asked, good questions. And but yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man. I sent them the link again. Let's see. If anything, I'll have to call him, but I don't want to do that. Hopefully, he'll just respond. Uh, all right, good. He responded. He said he'll hop on at 8, which is the time he told me he was gonna hop on. To be fair, uh, what any questions you guys want me to ask off the rip? If you can't call in, or if you don't think he may be eligible to take calls this late at night, write in the chat box, and I'll see if I'll get to it after I ask my questions. I definitely I like my interviews to be a little bit more interactive than what other people do on YouTube. So yeah. But again, I'm really excited for this fight. And one of the things that I noticed throughout this my research of this, it just almost seems like he genuinely doesn't like Ryan Garcia. And that's something I'm gonna ask him once he comes on. I'm gonna ask him, like, is that am I right in thinking that? He just speaks on, like, when he's like trash talking Ryan Garcia, it seems a little bit more than just trash talking. It seems like disdain and dislike for him. And I don't know if that's just, Ryan Garcia has a lot of people who dislike him because um he's a pretty boy. He does a lot on TikTok and Instagram and all this. So I don't know if it's that, like, he just doesn't like that character part about him and doesn't look at him like a real fighter, or if it's like something genuine, like, oh no, I just, he said this about me, or he did that, or because he pulled out the fight, with his mental issues and all that. Like, you know, I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna ask him. Like, does he not like him genuinely? Yeah. But come on, man. I'm not asking him that. Why? Oh, you ask him why was he not more aggressive when he fought Diaz? Uh, I could actually answer that question for you. If I'm not mistaken, he came into that fight with an injury in his hand, with a broken thumb, I want to say, and he wasn't able to use that. And it's funny. I actually picked him to win that fight. I picked him to win that fight, and he lost. I didn't think he would lose that fight, but he did. He didn't fight like his normal self, and he had a broken. He had a hand injury going into the fight, from what I understand, and that's why he didn't perform the way he usually does. Uh, Ask him why he did his camp in DR and not in USA. He's actually not doing his camp in DR. He's actually doing his camp in Puerto Rico, and the reason he's doing his camp in Puerto Rico is because his trainer is Puerto Rican and lives there, and that's why he's doing his training camp there. So there you go. A lot of the questions you guys are asking for me to ask him, I actually have the answers already to it. But yeah, his trainer is Puerto Rican. His trainer is what's his name? Hold on one second. I think it's like Belvin Garcia or something like that. And let me get his name. Yeah, Belvin Garcia out of Puerto Rico, and he's training over there with him, and hopefully that goes well for him. Well, he's training in Puerto Rico. Hopefully, he's getting good sparring, man. He really needs to get this win, man. Because right now, people just look at him as just kind of like a measuring stick for the next level. It's like, oh, can you compete at lightweight? Fight Javier Fortuna. That's how people looking at him. People looking at him like he's sweet. He is a top 10 lightweight, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like I believe Ring Magazine has him as a top 10 lightweight. Like, forget what I think. Ring Magazine, if I'm not mistaken, has him as a top 10. So he's still a viable contender. So Ryan Garcia, if he were to beat him, will be making a statement. Yeah, they have him ranked number 8. Hold on, let me screen share that. Yeah, look, they have Ryan. Have him number 9. Excuse me. They have Javier Fortuna ranked number 9 lightweight in the world, and have Ryan Garcia ranked number 5. So if he was to beat the number 5 lightweight, that would definitely boost him up. That would definitely boost him up in these rankings. Maybe he can get a rematch with Jojo Diaz. Maybe he could fight a Isaac Cruz. Or possibly, if we're being realistic, there's probably a rematch clause if he were to beat Ryan Garcia. But I really want him to get this win. Yes, boxer girl, I really want this win for him. I do as well. I want this win for him so bad. Not only would it be good just for my countrymen, it'll be good for my channel, considering he's blessing me with this interview, and this interview will get a lot more views after the fight. Like, people are like, hold on, when people want to know who's this guy that just beat Ryan Garcia, especially if it's a fantastic knockout, they're gonna find this interview and they're gonna hear what he's talking about. By the way, as far as his chances against Ryan Garcia, people want to downplay it like he has no shot. But one thing is that people have been questioning Ryan Garcia's chin. Like, that's just been a question in his career, because he got dropped against Luke Campbell, and he tends to keep his chin up in the air at times. One thing that we can be for sure is that Javier Fortuna is going to put that chin to the test, because he is a hard hitter. He is a power puncher. And if somebody is chinny, if somebody has a glass jaw, and Javier Fortuna lands flush on you, and that's the key, he has to land flush, lands flush on you, and you have a glass chin, you are going to sleep. There is no negotiating with that. There is no, well, we'll see what happens. Javier Fortuna is a puncher. Whatever you want to think about his skills, whatever you want to think about his accomplishments, that's fine. I'll leave that up to you to decide. As far as does he have power, we all know he does. And again, Ryan Garcia, if he is who he thinks he is, he should be Javier Fortuna, if we're being honest. We just saw the rankings. Ryan Garcia is ranked higher. But again, if there's any doubt as to what his chin can handle, Javier Fortuna is going to put that shit to the test. Yeah, man. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Let's see if he hops on. It's 7:59. I hope Javier chins Ryan. Listen, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. And I don't necessarily dislike Ryan Garcia. I know a lot of people do dislike him because he's a pretty boy and he does all his social media antics. I personally don't dislike Ryan. But again, he's fighting my countrymen. I can't root against my countrymen. Shout out to Javier Fortuna. Let's get a win for my country, por la patria, tú sabes. You know? I got the flag. I got the flag on the hat. Got the flag behind me. Let's go, man. Rooting for Fortuna. Absolutely, man. There's gonna be a lot of people rooting for Fortuna, man, just because of the dislike of Ryan Garcia, and for people who want to support me. All right, hold on. It's 8:01. He hasn't hopped on. Let me message him again. But he did say he got the link, so hopefully he hops on sooner. If anything, then I have to call, but I don't want to. I'm already live. I wanted to. I like to go live a little bit earlier than the interview to warm it up, to let the people come join the stream. But yeah. All right. Anyways. Okay. That's dope as fuck. You get the hat with the flag, or you add it on. I added it on. I bought the hat. Obviously, I'm a Yankees fan. Shout out to the Yankees, first place in MLB. Then I bought the little patch on Amazon, and I had it stitched on. So, And by the way, you know why I specifically on this side of my head, because there's the new era that symbol that they have on it, and I don't like that. So I was like, you know what? Let me put the flag right over it, so you can't see the new era. Yeah, I'm not gonna be promoting on my head, so I put the flag specifically on this side of my head. So that's why. But yeah, man, absolutely hit the like button. Hit that like button and subscribe button if you haven't hit. If you're not subscribed, please do that. Helps me out with the algorithm and lets people be more aware of this chat and everything like that. All right. I don't know. All right. So I just messaged him. He says he saw it, but he hasn't clicked the link. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. He said 8. He said 8 o'clock. Got me looking crazy. What's going on? Yeah. All right, he's responding to me. I'm a little less nervous. All right, good. All right, he should be hopping on in a few seconds right now. He's asking me like, oh, has it started yet? So meaning he's aware that he should be hopping on. Yo, Broadway, shout out to the 3 Dominicans in the NBA draft tonight. Absolutely, man. Shout out to them. I'm not really a big basketball guy, I'll be honest. I watch baseball, football, and boxing. A little bit of MMA, but those are my necessary 3. I really don't watch basketball just because my Knicks trash. When my Knicks are good, that's when I watch basketball, which means I barely watch basketball. But yeah, hopefully they become as good as they're projected to be or better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Aaron Judge is on fire. Absolutely. Dominicans like Yankee and Boston. That's it. Now, there's a few Met fans rolling around too. There's a few Met fans. Hold on 1 second. Yo, what's up? What's up with Javier? I don't know what's wrong. Hold on, let me tell him. All right. He hopped on. All right. Javier, mi hermano, ¿cómo está?
Estamos bien aquí terminando el gimnasio. ¿Cómo tú estás?
Todo bien. Ok, wow, no esperaba que tú ibas a estar en gimnasio trabajando tan tarde.
Sí, recogemos así, tú sabes que para aquel lado, para sacar la hora diferente. Y no queremos atropelarnos con eso, estamos aquí en el gimnasio.
Ok, yo sé que tú tienes la pelea contra Ryan García que viene, pero antes de hacerte pregunta de la pelea, quiero hacerte tu pregunta como de tu historia, de cómo tú encontraste el boxeo, y después de eso llegamos a la pregunta de Ryan García. ¿Está bien?
Ok.
All right. Lo voy a hacer. Sigue.
Dime la pregunta.
No, que quería decirte que te voy a hacer la pregunta en inglés y en español y para después traducirlo.
Ok, dale.
Okay. So first, why you chose boxing instead of baseball, since Dominican Republic is known for producing baseball players? ¿Por qué elegiste el boxeo y no la pelota? Porque tú sabes que los dominicanos, nosotros es peloteros que producimos.
Ojo, muy buena noche. No, porque que yo en mi escuela, desde pequeño, yo peleaba mucho. Todo el tiempo mi mamá estaba en la escuela y mi papá buscándome y en reunión y en el barrio yo me ponía los guantes con jugo de cartón con los compañeros míos del barrio y ahí le daba uno para allá.
All right. So he said that in school he used to always get into fights. His mom used to always have to go to school because he was fighting in school. And he said that even in his neighborhoods, his friends used to put cardboard boxes as gloves and box in the street. So that's why that's why he chose boxing over a sport like baseball. ¿Cómo se sentía? How did your parents feel about you choosing a box, since boxing is like a violent sport? ¿Cómo se sintieron tu padre cuando tú elegiste boxear? Porque tú sabes que el boxeo es un deporte violento.
Sí. No, ellos lo primero no les gustaba. Mi papá no estaba con eso, mi mamá, porque venimos de una familia cristiana desde pequeño, muy humilde, somos pobres de abajo, y no les gustaba nada de eso. Siempre les gustaban que los estudios y que sean bien obedientes y por la raya. Y resulta el caso que vieron que mi hermano, mayor que yo, que era boxeador también, él practicaba y no le gustaba que yo fuera al coliseo porque eso era duro, en verdad. Y hoy en día yo no entiendo por qué ellos no querían que yo fuera boxeador. Y resulta el caso que yo me iba escondido de él. Cuando él salía de práctica, yo entraba a entrenar. Y un día dijeron, no, que tu hermano va a pelear el sábado, que tu hermano va a pelear mañana. Y yo, pero ¿cómo va a ser? ¿Con quién? Con fulano. Y fue para allá y vio que yo dieron buena pelea y gané la pelea. Perdí la primera. Perdí la primera pelea. Y luego de ahí seguí entrenando normal. Mi papá me veía y mi papá dijo que no cojas para ahí, que te voy a meter. Y yo seguía hasta que yo dije, bueno, gané la segunda pelea, el mismo boxeador que me ganó. Y luego de ahí el entrenador mío fue allá, habló con él y él dijo, bueno, si él quiere eso, para estar en la calle y peleando así por ahí, es mejor que yo le voy a dar su apoyo mejor. Y me dio su apoyo. ¿Pero te ha perdido? Sí, yo perdí ahora mismo. Y yo le di, él me dijo, te voy a dar tu apoyo, dale para adelante. Y me dio su apoyo, cada cosa que yo necesitaba, pantalón, zapatilla, venda, guante, cualquier cosa. Yo se lo decía una semana antes o 2 semanas antes, porque como voy y repito, nosotros somos una familia pobre y venimos, pum. Y le avisaba y él tenía que trabajar. Y me lo compraba, gracias a Dios, todo.
All right. So he said that his parents first they didn't want him to box because they're very Christian and they just wanted him to study and go to school and be like a good boy. But he was like that. His older brother actually started boxing, so he would go to the gym and work out, and like his parents didn't know, and he would be training and working out and getting fit, and that somehow, some way, his brother found out that he had a fight lined up, and he was like, "Oh, did you not know your brother's fighting this Saturday?" He was like, "What?" His brother was like, "What?" So he told his parents, and then his parents found out about it. And he ended up losing his first amateur fight, and he continued to pursue it. And then his trainer actually went and spoke with his father. He said his father was really against it, and his trainer convinced him, like, "Come on, like." He's already fighting in the street, already doing all this. Why not let him do this, in a more structural way, and he'll learn how to fight and defend himself, and it'll keep him out of trouble. So his father ended up making the decision, like, you know what, it's keeping him off the street. He is learning discipline. He is getting in shape. I'm gonna do that. But he also said that his father went from not liking him being in the sport to support him fully, to the point where he bought him gloves and bought him boxing shoes and boxing trunks and headgear, and always made sure that he had everything he needed to be a successful boxer. Okay. When did you think you can make this a career? When did you think you can make this make a living out of this? ¿En qué momento tú pensaste que tú podías ser boxeador profesional, que tú podías hacer una carrera de esto?
En el 2008 yo pensé ya pasar a profesional, ya que mucha gente me estaban diciendo, mi entrenador Juan Ramírez estaba diciendo que tiene que pasar a profesional, que vamos a profesional. Y yo le dije, no, que todavía que tengo que participar en unos panamericanos superiores, un año más. Entonces de ahí pasó, el superior no pude participar, cierto problema que tuve, y luego de ahí, en el 2009, él me dio el paso profesional.
Okay. he said that around 2008 is when he figured out he can make a living out of being a professional fighter. He said that his trainers around that time were all encouraging him to go pro. He actually wanted to wait and to make it to the Pan Am Games, and then came around 2009 is when he decided, when he really knew he can be a pro boxer. Tú puedes prender la luz porque ahora se ve muy oscuro.
Sí. Sí, y ahora.
Sí, ahí te. Okay. No, porque tiene que ver con un hombre guapo que yo estoy hablando con.
Sí.
Ok. ¿Y tú sacaste una medalla de plata en los Juegos Panamericanos?
Sí, pero eso fue un Panamericano de cadete.
¿De qué?
De cadete.
Eso como juvenil.
Como juvenil, sí.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he said he won the junior. He got silver in the junior Pan American Games. Okay. How was the transition from fighting amateur to the pros? ¿Cómo fue la transición de pelear en amateur a pelear lo profesional?
¿Y cómo fue?
¿Cómo fue la transición? Como la diferencia.
Oh, fue mucho, porque aquí se usa TEI y gasa, y en amateur se usa una gasa normal, ¿me entiendes? No se usa TEI, son los guantes más pequeños, la defensa, el boxeo, el tiempo, que es lo más importante, la experiencia. En amateur, digo, en profesional, esa es la diferencia, porque matan en amateur, son tres rounds de 3 minutos, y eso es rápido, eso pasa de una vez. Bien, eso es golpe y golpe, porque es por punto.
Yeah. He said that the differences between amateur boxing and pro boxing is very big, because even the type of gauze you use in amateur boxing is different than the type of gauze you use in the pros. Also, they use tape in the pros, which they don't do in the amateurs. He also says the amount of rounds, obviously, as well as I mentioned something else. The type of experienced fighters you're fighting. You're fighting guys who have a lot more experience when you're fighting pros than when you're fighting amateurs. How was training with Sergio Martinez? And what did you learn from him? Because I remember you guys had the same trainer at one time. ¿Cómo fue entrenar con Sergio Martinez? Porque yo sé que ustedes tenían el mismo entrenador en un momento. ¿Y qué de Sergio Martinez usted aprendió?
Yo aprendí muchísimas cosas de él, ¿me entiendes? Muchísimas de la disciplina, muchísimas cosas algocíticas también. Y me enseñó bastante allá en el campamento cuando estuvimos juntos.
He says he learned a lot from Sergio Martinez, specifically in being more disciplined and being very focused at the task at hand. Okay, ahora te quiero hacer pregunta de Ryan Garcia, la pelea que tiene aquí, que va a ser una de las peleas más grandes del año. Ojalá que usted gane. How talented is Ryan Garcia as a boxer? ¿Qué tanto talento tiene Ryan Garcia como boxeador? ¿Cómo tú lo ves?
No, él tiene su talento, está ahí por algo, él tiene su talento, es un buen boxeador, ¿me entiendes? Se hizo la pelea, yo la quería hace tiempo, aquí estamos y para echarle para adelante, ¿me entiendes?
All right. He says Ryan Garcia is a talented fighter. He's in his position for a reason. He wanted the fight to happen earlier, but it's happening now, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay. You guys were supposed to fight early, as you mentioned, and he pulled out due to mental issues. Do you believe that he had mental issues? Tú y él estaban como para pelear antes, pero después él salió de la pelea por problema mental. ¿Usted creyó que él tenía problema mental cuando él salió de la pelea con usted?
Al principio lo creí, pero después fue un cuento, no lo creí nada.
¿Por qué no?
Porque después lo vieron vacilando por ahí, por Hawái, con la mujer.
Oh, okay. He says that at first he did believe that Ryan Garcia had mental issues, but then he realized that. But afterwards, he saw videos of him partying in Hawaii with his girl and stuff like that, and so he doesn't believe him anymore. Okay. Why didn't you go to the press conference with Ryan Garcia? ¿Por qué usted no fue a la conferencia para la pelea?
Porque me estoy concentrando bien en el entrenamiento y eso era pérdida de tiempo y pérdida de entrenamiento, ir para allá a la conferencia.
Okay. He says the reason he didn't go to the press conference is because he didn't want to stop training. That would be a waste of time and a waste of missing out on training just to go to a press conference. Okay. Cuando yo estaba when I was doing research for this interview, I was realizing that you really, it almost seems like you don't like Ryan Garcia. Is that accurate? Cuando yo estaba viendo muchos videos, muchas entrevistas de usted, yo siento como que de verdad a ti como que te cae mal Ryan Garcia. ¿Eso es de verdad o eso es que como que yo lo estoy viendo mal?
Que quiero arrancarle la cabeza. Quiero arrancar la cabeza, que él tenga un puesto que no debe estar. Él está por los padrinos que tiene detrás.
Okay. He says I want to rip his head off. That's what I want. I want to rip his head off. He's in a position where he shouldn't be, and just for that, I want to knock him out. Oh, okay. In a recent interview that I saw Ryan Garcia give, he called you a dirty veteran who headbutts and elbows, and that and you're gonna try that against him because you knows you can't do it with the hands. What is your response to that? Yo vi una entrevista de Ryan Garcia que él dijo que usted es un veterano en el boxeo, pero un veterano sucio que va a usar la cabeza, va a usar codo, porque tú sabes que no puede con la mano con él. ¿A qué tú le respondes a él con él dice eso?
Que venga a pelear sin ninguna excusa.
He says his response to that is tell him to come to the fight with no excuses. Okay. Okay. Y Ryan Garcia, él también, como que yo lo veo hablando mucho de Gervonta Tank Davis, como que no te está mirando a ti.
Todos esos planes se los vamos a arruinar.
All right. So I was asking him about Gervonta Tank, why Ryan Garcia keeps talking about Gervonta Tank Davis instead of him, and he says, "Don't worry, I'm gonna ruin all his plans." Okay, Javier, yo quiero darle la oportunidad a los fanáticos que llamen y hagan preguntas. ¿Puedo hacerlo?
¿Pero?
¿Ah? Le
Se
voy a
está
dar
cortando, dímelo.
Sí, no, que le voy a dar la oportunidad a los fanáticos que llamen y que te hagan la pregunta directamente, que si está bien que yo haga eso.
Ok, no hay problema. Okay, adelante.
Okay. Dame un segundo, dame mandarle el link a los fanáticos. So guys, I'm going to pin the link to the top of the chat. Anybody who wants to call in and ask a question, please do. This is, you know, I'm for the fans. So the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Ari, I know you said you wanted to. Oh, there you go, Ari. All right. Ari, my brother, ask your question.
De lo mío, ¿cómo está?
Hey, creo que hay bien.
Bien, tranquilo. Como Brody estaba diciendo, parece que Golden Promotion y Ryan Garcia ya están haciendo planes como que van a pelear con Tank Davis la próxima pelea, como si ya te ganaron. Yo te quiero preguntar a ti, ¿en qué round tú vas a noquear a Ryan Garcia?
No, yo voy preparado para todos los asaltos, no puedo salir solo, se salió antes, primero, segundo, tercero, cuarto, quinto, para abajo, salió, pero no voy en búsqueda de knockout.
Sí, obviamente yo me acuerdo que hace un tiempo a Ryan Garcia, o sea, Golden Boy Promotion le ofreció la pelea contigo y bueno, y dijeron que no, que como que el equipo de él no quiso la pelea lo primero. Después el WBC hizo una eliminatoria contigo y con él y salió eso de los mental health issues. ¿Tú crees que hay algo psicológico como que él te tiene miedo, como que él no está por eso? ¿Qué tú crees?
Quisieron usar su estrategia en ese tiempo, pero no le salió. Y nada, vamos a ver ahora qué pasa. Nosotros vamos para allá a pelear, vamos allá atrás de él, arrancar de la cabeza, que se cuide que yo voy atrás de él.
Y mi última pregunta es, o sea, no tu última pelea, pero la pelea que tuviste con Jojo Díaz, ¿tú crees que de la manera que tú peleaste como ellos te vieron en esa pelea, tú crees que esa fue la razón que ellos dijeron, bueno, ya Fortuna no está tan peligroso, por eso lo vamos a coger a pelear con él? ¿Qué tú crees de eso?
No, no sé si fue por eso, fue de nada por el cambio de entrenador que él tuvo ahora. De verdad no sé decirte bien si fue por eso o por el cambio de entrenador que el entrenador piensa que tiene la capacidad de ganar.
Bueno, Fortuna, gracias por el tiempo y para adelante, métele mano que nosotros vamos a estar ahí apoyándote.
Muchas gracias.
Okay. All right. Yo voy a traducir ahora lo que la respuesta para los fanáticos que no hablan español. So the first question was, what round you going to knock out Ryan Garcia? Javier said that he's ready to go to full 12. He's not going out there just to knock him out. He's gonna fight his fight, and if the knockout comes, the knockout comes. Also, the second question I believe was, do you think Golden Boy Promotions was trying to do a tactic with the whole mental health issues? He says he's not sure what it was. If maybe they're taking the fight now because he got a new trainer or because how he looked against Jojo Diaz, but he's not worried about it, and that he's coming into this fight fully prepared. Anybody else who wants to call in, please click the link. If not, then I'll let Javier do what he's got to do. He just came out the gym, so I'm sure he's tired. And all right. I have another caller, Coach Frankie, my guy. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing well. What's your question for Javier?
Mind translating for me? You know my
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah, that's fine.
One, how does he feel the fact that Ryan is really overlooking him like that? I know you mentioned it earlier, but I mean, realistically, is that fuel to knock him out more than ever, even though he says he wants to go a distance, or is it whatever, just brush it off because he's such a veteran?
Okay. Él está preguntando que Ryan García como que parece que no te está cogiendo en serio. ¿Usted lo está usando eso como motivación o tú lo dices como que tú no te estás enfocando eso porque usted es un veterano y tú estás enfocado en lo que tú tienes que hacer?
No, yo estoy enfocado con mi equipo de trabajo en lo que ellos me están diciendo que haga para sacar un buen resultado al final de la pelea. Okay. Él lo puede coger como relajo, como cheta, como sea, pero yo lo cojo serio.
Okay. He said that he's not worried about what he's focused on, that he's just focusing on his work. He goes, if Ryan Garcia wants to take me as a joke or as a game, then he can do that, but he's focused in on what he's going to do, and he's going to show him come fight night.
Okay. Also let him know, not all the Mexicans are rooting for Ryan Garcia, especially this one. Rooting for him. And one more question. Who was the guy, because I started watching highlights of his fights, who was the guy that he knocked out so bad that his arm was stiff and his eyes were like wide open? It was like to a point you were feeling sorry for his opponent.
Él dice, primero él quiere decirte que no todos los mexicanos van a estar apoyando a Ryan García, que él va a estar apoyándote a usted, y que también cuál es el nombre del oponente que tú noqueaste, que se le enderezó los brazos y los ojos se le volvieron para atrás, él dice.
Ese Miguel Zamudio.
Miguel Zamudio.
Miguel Zamudio.
Yeah.
Sí, Zamudio.
All right, coach.
Muchas gracias. Good luck.
Te desea suerte.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else who wants to call in, please do. Javier Fortuna is being very kind with his time. You know, he's currently in training camp, probably for the biggest fight of his career. The fact that he's giving me this interview is definitely greatly appreciated. I don't want to waste his time. So anybody who wants to call in, please do. If not, then I'm going to let him go so he can go rest up. Till then, I got Ari calling back in. All right, Ari, what's up, brother?
Fortuna, otra pregunta. Como tú dijiste que tú no sabes que tú no vas a buscar noquear, tú lo que vas a hacer es boxear y bueno, como te haga la pelea. Pero tú crees que con los jueces, siendo que sea en California, tú sabes la influencia que tiene la promoción de Golden Boy Promotion para allá, ¿tú crees que tú te puedes ganar una decisión allá? ¿O tú crees que va a tener que, tú sabes, que noquearlo?
No, yo le voy a dar una bimba de golpe, le voy a dar.
So the question was, do you think you could get a decision
No
in
quede nada en manos de
California?
los jueces.
¿Cómo fue?
Que no quede nada en manos de los jueces.
Oh, okay. So the question was, do you think you could get a decision in California, considering Ryan Garcia's from California? His response was that he's not worried about that and that he's not going to leave it in the hands of the judges. Right. Hold on one second. Ari, you breaking up heavy, brother. So I don't know if you got to go to another room or something.
All right, let me try to switch up, see if I can, if it starts breaking up.
Yeah, you sound like a robot. Yeah, but all right. No, pues está bien. You know, I'm gonna let him go. Pues está bien. Mucha, pero tú te parece como que muy, como digo, como que tú sabes, tú estás bien confiado que tú vas a ganar esta pelea, porque te tienen a ti como de hembra en esto. ¿Qué clase de trabajo tú estás haciendo en este campamento que te está dando como esa energía?
Trabajando, hermano. Nosotros le damos un cuento a ellos. Estamos trabajando normal.
Yeah, I asked him, I was like,
llegue y le damos un cuento, le damos ese
I don't know. He's breaking up. Yeah, man. Damn. Interview was going so well, too. I don't know what happened. Ari, assistant coach, AJ, I see you guys. I don't want to add you guys. I don't know what happened to Javier's service, but as you guys see, he's frozen. Okay, he's back now. Sí, como que te estaba cortando. No te escuché la respuesta. I don't know. My bad, fellas. He was driving around, so being driven around, should I say? So his service cut out. ¿Usted me escucha, Javier? Yeah, I can't hear him. I don't know if yeah, all right. So he just cut out. So I don't know what happened with his service. Hopefully he'll join back on. But yeah. So I wish I gotta do a better job of telling these boxes how I want the interview to go, because him being in the car, moving around off of a training session, he's tired, giving me these quick answers. It's kind of like I gotta be a little bit more clear how I want the interview to go. Gotta tell him go somewhere with his good lighting. Make sure you have time. Make sure you're not busy and moving around. And yeah, because look, things like this happen. I don't, you know, I don't know, whatever. Ari, my brother, talk to me.
Sorry, I'm just my girl just walked in.
Oh,
sorry,
my bad.
No, my girl just walked in. No, I wanted to ask him another question if he jumps back in. But it's okay. I mean, if you know, if he comes back, I'll jump back in. If not, but if you could ask him, obviously I wanted to ask him because Ryan Garcia is obviously a very dangerous fighter, has a very, strong left hook. He has power in both hands. So, I personally think it's a fight that is going to end in a knockout, but either of them could really, each other out. So that
Yeah, bro. You gotta pay your phone bill, bro. I don't know who you pissed off at, Verizon or AT&T or whatever your service you got. Yo, your shit is terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this
Yeah,
internet,
man.
man. This
Connect
shit
to the
is annoying.
Wi-Fi, bro.
I'm gonna do that. I had it. So before when it got cut off, yeah, well, whatever. Let me just connect to the Wi-Fi again.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know what's up. But you at home, bro. You act like you in the street. Yeah, man. But damn, man, I don't know what's up. Hold on. I don't know what happened with Javier, man. Honestly, I think what happened with Javier is he's driving around. Why you figure that out? I'm gonna take you off, Ari. I think he's driving around, so he probably drove into a dead zone or something. But yeah, once I saw him in the gym, I was like, okay, this cool. So I'm gonna get a nice cool setting. I'm gonna interview him in the gym. And then it's kind of like he moving around. Yeah. Broadway, it's hard to get interviews as is. You work with what you got, and this episode is still going well. All right. I guess you're right. That Polo Wi-Fi. All right. Ari, you back?
Usually there's when you put cameras, more information going through, so I don't know, it's acting up, I guess.
Yeah, no, you still sound a little bit robotic, but yeah.
No, but you know what it is, Broadway. I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you letting me jump on. But I'll let you continue. Hopefully, he'll hop back in.
Yeah. Now, yeah. If he hops back on, then I definitely call back in. I'll definitely have you on. All right, man. But yeah, I appreciate it. It really is, Broadway. It's good stuff. No, I appreciate the kind words, and I do know I am getting some kind of information that other people haven't been getting. But again, I guess I'm being hard on myself as far as I should have been a little bit more specific how I wanted it to be as far as the lighting, the setting, and everything that's going on. But I don't think he's gonna hop back on. Matter of fact, let me message him. And then if he responds, then yeah. If not, then I guess I'll end the stream because I still got questions I want to ask. I want to give you guys more opportunity to call in. But yeah, man, I did like how I got a little bit of his origin as to how he got into boxing, how he snuck into the gym following his brother, set up his own amateur fight, how his trainer had to go convince his father to stay in the boxing gym. That was dope. Honestly, that was my favorite part of the interview. It's like, wow, this dude was like really was a fighter. He's talks about how he used to spar in the street with cardboard box in his hands, him and his friends in the street. So this dude is a real fighter. And one of the questions I wanted to ask him, he has a big scar on his face, and it doesn't look like from a boxing scar. So I wanted to ask him how he got that, but we never got to it. Unfortunately, his service cut out. But yeah, I did like that part of the interview. He spoke on, when he thought he could finally become a professional boxer and make this a living, and how he won silver in a junior Pan American game. So there were some interesting answers he gave me to some of the questions I asked. But yeah, all right. It doesn't look like he's gonna hop back on. So I'm gonna end the live. But I appreciate you guys hopping on and showing me your support and hitting that like button and doing everything you guys did. All right, guys. I'm gonna end the live. Until next time. Peace.